Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Valencia here. I'm super excited. Today is the first episode of my brand new series, She Slays. Whoop whoop. I'm super excited. Today, the first episode we're going to talk about is brows. Now, everybody always asks me about brows. They always say, how do you get your brows like that? And oh my gosh, I love your brows, and whoop-de-whoop. Like, I always get a whole bunch of questions asking about brows. So today, I'm going to show you how I did my brows. Now, brows is something very important, whether you're a big makeup lover, whether you're a career woman on the go, or even if you only have 10 minutes to do your makeup. Brows is definitely something that you want to do. Brows shape your face. I can't tell you how many people I see with beautiful face, but their brows are just a mess, and it's like it just takes over the whole entire look. Brows definitely is a must. So today I'm going to show you how I do my brows. Now, I only have a few products. I'm not using a whole bunch of stuff, but it's definitely something that I feel like you can accomplish at home. Even if you're on a budget, there are some cheaper options as well that I can share with you. So if you want to see how I did my brows, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so it's time to whip these brows into shape. The first thing I'm going to use is I'm using my e.l.f. double-sided brush. You can get this for like $3 at Walmart. I'm using the spoolie side. You want to make sure you comb your brows out so that way you can kind of get them in formation and get them prepared for the next step. And I just flipped the brush over. On the other side, you have an angled brush. And I'm now going to take my MAC palette and I'm going to use the dark brown powder in there. Now, if you don't want to purchase the palette, you can also get singles at MAC. There's a color called Brun, and you can get that from MAC for about 16 bucks. You can use any dark brown shadow that you'd like, but just make sure that it's matte and it doesn't have any shimmer, as you don't want shimmer in your brows. Now, as you can see, I'm not putting a lot of product in the beginning. I'm just taking light strokes with this, and you never want to place any product in the beginning of your brow because you don't want to make the beginning of your brow too dark. So you can see as I'm applying it, you just want to go in the way that your brow grows, and you just want to shape the brow and fill in any sparse area. And you also want to make sure that you're brushing your hairs up in the beginning because it gives it more of a natural look. And the key is to make sure you add a little bit as you go. It's always easy to add more, but it's very difficult to remove it if you put way too much product. And I'm still just kind of filling in. I'm just taking light strokes. That's the key, light strokes. You don't want to apply too much pressure, and you don't want to go overboard with it either. You don't want them to be overbearing or just way, way, way too dark. You want to make them look as laid as possible. Now, the next thing I'm taking is my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This one is my Ride or Die Concealer. I'm using NC42, which is a couple of shades lighter than my skin tone, and I'm going to use that to carve out my brows underneath. And not only is it going to carve out the brow, but it's also going to give me some highlight, which I think is really popping. It kind of just makes your brows stand out. And again, you can see I'm taking light strokes. Ladies, please do not pack a whole bunch of concealer underneath the brow. You want to use a very light hand with this. And the key is blend, blend, blend. Because if you don't blend, when you're taking your selfies, it's going to stand out, and that's a mess. And you can see I'm blending that down into the eyeshadow. And then that's what gives it the highlight appearance. The next step I'm using is I'm going to take the Maybelline Great Skin Concealer. Now, this shade is the same color as my skin tone. And this is what I'm going to use to clean up the top of the brows. Now, cleaning up the top of the brow is completely optional, but this is how I slay my brows. And I'm just putting my skin tone on top because if you put a lighter concealer, it's going to give your brows the halo effect. And to me, ladies, that is not a good look when your brows just look like they're glowing in the dark. And you want to make sure that you put a little bit at a time and blend it in with your foundation, please. Blend, blend, blend. Now I'm taking my MAC 266 angle brush. Now this one here is the holy grail of angle brushes. It's my ride or die, never lets me down. And I'm just taking some more of that dark brown powder from the MAC palette. And I'm just adding some more into my brows, making sure that these brows are really, really slayed, because we want brows on fleek and not weak. So you always want to make sure that your brows are right. And that is how I do my brows. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.